Hey guys, it's me. I hope I'm showing up. I'm doing this backwards and on my cell phone, so anyone's guess. Hi guys! Thought I would go ahead and show you around my new home. So let me flip this around real quick. I'm John in Tucson, if you don't know already. Welcome to my channel and thank you for stopping by. This is a new to me 2004 Fleetwood Flair 31A is the model number, and it's a Class A recreational vehicle, or RV. Let me turn this around. That light is blinding me. Here we go. And this is my new permanent home. Back up here. Here's some of the entry step. Obviously up front here, you've got the passenger seat, driver's seat. That's my cat Milo's cat box for traveling. And we know that box right there is for the other end of his body, for his business end, if you will. Got to have a litter box, and since he likes to fling it everywhere, I had to get really tall sides for it. But it seems to work, so yay. At any rate, yeah, this is a new to me 2004. I've got all the curtains closed up front here, and I have some reflectics on either side of these windows here to keep the heat out, because we are still in Arizona during the summertime and it gets very, very hot. So that cuts down the heat a great deal, and the air conditioning seems to do an excellent job so far. The requisite television and television monitor, we are in a portion of the state where we're not getting any signals at all, which is fine because I don't watch television. But that's what I use for my computer. You know, it's all remote, and there's my laptop. She lives there for the moment. Obviously, that's the business end of things. And all those pillows you see down there, I had to stuff them down there because my cat Milo decided once we got here, he was going to explore up under the inside of the dashboard. So I had to bury his entry points with pillows so he could not get back up in there and start messing with the wiring and or get stuck. So yeah, this right here is a new in-dash navigation system. It's Bluetooth and hands-free phone and all that stuff, and it's a beautiful unit. Does a great job. I've got cameras for underneath each side mirror on the outside, and then a backup camera so I can see all the way on either side of me and behind me as I'm backing up, which is very nice. But when I was driving down here, I hit a bump. This thing came out of the dashboard, so it's propped up with a pillow until I can get back into town and have them properly install the thing so it doesn't fall out. It functions just fine. It's not going anywhere, but looks kind of ghetto, don't you think? Anyway, and that stupid black cord I've got right there, that's my HDMI cord for my laptop. At any rate, this is where I generally would be making videos from, the chair, as it were. And sometimes, well, I did make a few from right here as well, because this seat swivels around. They both front seats do. And we've got all kinds of storage in here, as you might be able to see. And then, of course, a couch. And that does fold down into a bed. Or I should say it just kind of lays flat. It makes it bed. I wouldn't think it's very comfortable, but hey, in a pinch it'll do, I'm sure. And again, more storage. Lots and lots of storage. This is my little kitchen, which I absolutely love. I'm getting back into finally making food again instead of everything being fast food, because that's what I was doing when Mom and I were together and I was taking care of her. Since I couldn't leave her, I ended up having all kinds of food delivered to the house so we could eat. And yeah, I don't miss that expense at all. Or the food. I can make much better food. Tonight's going to be stew, homemade stew, and it's going to be fantastic. Okay, that's one of my refrigerators. This is the one that's built in, obviously, to the RV. And it's kind of cool because it runs on propane gas or on 110 volt, which is kind of cool. It's on electricity right now, 110 volt, because we're in an RV park. See, there's my little tree out my window. But yeah, and then my backup refrigerator is this one right here. I got this specifically for my water bottles because I drink copious amounts of water all day long. And I didn't want to use up the refrigerator, which is very small anyway. So that does a great job. And it sips the power because it's running on 12 volts and not 110, which is very cool. Alrighty. This right here is the stairwell where I got stuck with my leg propped up behind me and my foot turned at a very strange angle that broke my foot, all because of a little pebble right there on the floor that I slipped on. Unbelievable. My foot actually is doing very well. I have this walking thing on, and I'm really surprised I don't have any pain at all, guys. And it's a bad break. Oops. But yeah, it's doing great. I'm very pleased. Very, very pleased. All right, going through here. Now you'll see we've got a fan here, and I've got that fan running, which I'm sure you can hear, which is annoying, and I apologize for that. But what I have to do, and why I have to do that, is right here. This is a mini split air conditioner. Now this RV, this is, by the way, is my traveling companion's room, Natalie. There's kind of more storage. There's her bed with her stuff. And we've got closets here for both of us and a nice place to sit down and pay bills. Just a little desk and, and of course television as well. But the thing about this lovely unit here, which is putting out nice cold air as we speak, this RV in the ceiling, here's one of the vents here. This RV came with 2 air conditioners, and you can see all of the duct work in the ceiling. It had 2 rooftop air conditioners that were incredibly noisy and very, very inefficient. They would just suck down the power. And I didn't want that. I wanted an RV that I could run completely off of batteries, including air conditioning. And I'm very, very happy to say that this mini split right here, that's a 9,000 BTU mini split. That replaced 28,000 BTUs of rooftop air conditioning, and it's doing a magnificent job. It is cool in here all the time, but because of these restriction points right here with this bathroom area, I have this fan going, shoves the air through here, and then the air is picked up by this one and pulled into the front, and it works great. I've got it off right now so you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. Here's the little bathroom. Not much to it. Oh, what a handsome dog. Oh! Anyway, yeah, just a little tiny bathroom. Not much to it. Here's where the business end of things is done. And lots and lots of storage, and that's just a fan. And then this is the little tiny shower. And when I say tiny, it is tiny. My head comes within 1 inch of that skylight, which is really funny. But I did find out when I was showering yesterday for the first time in here that this floor pan is incredibly slick, so I've got this anti-skid stuff I need to cut and put down on the floor so that I don't skid and break my face. So that's it for the interior. What do you say we go outside real quick now? Take a look at things out there, so you can see what my magnificent little home-ette looks like. Alright, let's see if I can do this going down the stairs and be very careful. Oh, let's see. Okay, door open. Whee! Don't bang. There we go. There we are, kids. Down very, very gently. Believe me, I'm taking my time on these stairs now. I do not want to break my neck. Anyway, oh, bang. This is just our little outdoor sitting area. Of course, it's under the tree, which is terrific. And like I said, I'm just in a little mom and pop RV park. And here's the loveliness we get to look at. I mean, we are in the middle of pretty much nothing. And this is just supposed to be a little park over here. And it's not bad in a little park area, but most of this is just undeveloped, which is fine. It's nice and quiet. But here's the old girl herself. This is it, the 2004 Fleetwood Flair Class A motorhome. And since I'm a huge proponent of solar, I've got solar lights down there. I've got some on the front. I have 1600 watts of solar on the rooftop and 800 amp hours worth of Battleborn lithium iron phosphate batteries to power everything, including the air conditioning. I can run the air conditioning on this thing for 8 hours through the night, no issues. I can run it all day long on the solar, and that will allow me again to run it at night off of the batteries. Not bad, huh? It's expensive, but boy, well worth it. This, I'm so glad I got this. Boy, that thing lights up the night at night. You can see everything. Nice, bright, crisp, white color. You know, this has 2 slide outs. This is the main slide right here. That's where my chair is. And of course we have storage bays underneath. Another picnic table. This is the slide out for Natalie's bedroom area. The generator lives in there. And this is where the sewage and water system is located. And I'm so proud of myself. I dumped the tanks for the first time yesterday all by my little lonesome. Didn't make a mess anywhere. I'm so happy. All right, now this is the mini split. What I did was I took a towing hitch, which was built, this is connected to the chassis of the RV, welded on, and I bought a basket from Harbor Freight. This is bolted firmly in place, and I had this welded, and then I had these bars put on to shore it up even more because it was a bit flimsy, and I'm never going to be pulling anything with this rig. I just wouldn't do that to the engine. So yeah, this is where my mini split lives. It runs on batteries. It is a Pioneer, 9,000 BTU, incredibly efficient. I think it has a SEER rating of 21 or 22, which is pretty good. And yeah, and backup cameras. Actually, the backup camera is right here. It's on the license plate. This is the one that came with the unit up here. It's an old black and white camera, and it did not function. So I just had it replaced with this new one down here. And back here, again, another LED light, because the mini split here covers up the backup lamps. I had to be able to see at night backing up, so that sucker will throw out all kinds of light as well, which is a lovely thing. And then back around to this side. And again, this is where my batteries live. I've got 6 of them in here, 2 of them over here, and then I have the inverter charger on the wall between the 2 of them, and 2 MPPT controllers for the solar up on the roof. But yeah, this is it, guys, my new home. Oh, and it does have an awning. I've opened it all of once. It's in excellent condition. And you know, for this being as old of an RV as it is, because it is a 2004, it's only got, 20,000 original miles on it. And the engine's in excellent condition. However, driving this down from Tucson to Willcox, Arizona was only about maybe a 120-mile drive, but we did go up in elevation of almost 2,000 feet, which was nice. As you can see, the wind is blowing very gently. It's very nice. However, this thing is a box in the wind, and the wind catches it all over the place from every angle. And despite me doing between 50 and 60 miles an hour, I almost went off the road twice. And it happens because you get on the axis of this thing starts wiggling back and forth. And I just ordered components yesterday to beef up the suspension system and take care of that issue, because at this point I refuse to drive it any farther until I've had the modifications done, because in my opinion it's dangerous and I'm not going to take the risk of going off the road. It's well worth the $3,000 in parts just to get this thing addressed. But yeah, we'll get this thing addressed, and what I think I'm going to do is we're going to stay here at the RV park, and we're going to just kind of come and go over the next month or so and explore the area, and then still have a place to come back to dump our tanks, fill up with fresh water, you know, just kind of do whatever you need to do when you want to be stationary and plugged in and all that fun stuff. Although we don't really need to be plugged in because it is summer and the air conditioning needs to run 24/7. At some point it's going to get to where I will need to run the generator in the peak of the summer when we're boondocking and not hooked into shore power. So that's something we'll go ahead and address down the road. This is all new, obviously. But guys, I cannot recommend this lifestyle enough. I am incredibly pleased. Let's see if I can switch this back around. No, I can't. Well, I'm incredibly pleased that I went ahead and put in the time and the effort and the research to go ahead and get me to the point where I am now able to live the dream in a recreational vehicle, covered in solar, able to run air conditioning off of batteries. My God, that's just an amazing thing to be able to do, and it's very cutting edge right now. There aren't a lot of people doing it because it's very, very expensive. The trade-off for me was either getting a new RV or getting an older one that's better built, in my opinion, and spending the money on the solar components and the batteries, which is what I did. And anyone that's interested, between the installation by Tom Dansby, Tom Dansby, the solar medic, he actually came down to me in Tucson for the installation. He came down from Colorado and was in Tucson for about 5-6 days because of shipping delays in the middle of the COVID crisis, if you will, which is still going on. And his fee was right around $3,700 for the installation, but I wanted a professional, and he is the best as far as I'm concerned. And then the other one was, of course, the batteries in both of these bays here. The batteries were right around they were $849 a piece, and I have 8 of them in there. And then, of course, all of the solar components to go with it: the MPPT controller, the inverter charger is a made by Victron, one of the finest units on the planet. They use those on cargo ships, oil tankers, big cruise ships, because they're robust. They're built for endurance and being knocked around a little bit at sea. Same thing with the air conditioner. I chose one that would be used on a ship at sea in the middle of storms, and that's exactly what the Pioneer is rated to do, so that's why I've got it. At any rate, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick look at my home here, if you will, and again say thank you to everyone who has supported me, taken the time to come on the channel, and just kind of spear me forward, if you will, cheer me on, keep me moving in the right direction. And you have all done that for me. And I can't thank you enough. At any rate, guys, I'm going to go in now and start preparing dinner, because I'm going to cook it in the crock pot. I need to brown the beef first for the stew. Got to do that. And then put it in the crock pot and let it cook for 8 hours, and it's going to be magnificent. Guys, wherever you are, you have a terrific day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And you watch how the positive things come back to you when you put the positive out there. It's an amazing machine. I don't know how it works, but it works. So, on that note, guys, sorry. You have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.